Do pay attention because this is the state of our country. I'm living in North Cork. Anthony Gallagher, that was the organiser of Whitegate, that was the first truck to come in, was a great buddy of mine. I knew on Friday Anthony had no medical help. I got on a train on Saturday, and I got on that train and I went down to Whitegate and got through 4 checkpoints and 3 barricades. I'm not going to tell you how that happened, but I got in there and what I feared happened. 2 guards lost the run of themselves and started spraying pepper spray during a hard push from the public order unit, which could have caused untold damages to people, where 200 people were pushed back through a place between 2 tractors that was 4 feet wide, where they wanted you to go running backwards, but there was people being crushed. They kept that on that day until they drew a straight line straight across the protests and pushed them back, pushed their fellow countrymen back, where they fucking pushed them and shoved them and bait them, and one man got pulled from a tractor and he got fucking kicked and fucking stabbed on. And this is the Gardaí who are the guardians of peace in our country. These are the people that preserve of law and order, turning their fists and their boots on us. 100 years just over since we took this country back after 800 years of misery, hardship, emigration and death. And what have we got now? The old fucking house that was in the Lord Lieutenant's is now got a new Lord Lieutenant from Turner's Cross in fucking Cork. Micheál Martin, that I sat opposite the Board of Management in Cork RTC when as a fresh TD he was. He fell asleep during Board of Management meetings. He was fucking useless then. He's fucking dangerous now. The deal that he announced was not a deal. It was a closed sectional instruction given by fucking Europe to stop us linking up with the French farmers. Came from Ursula von der Leyen. He had to get EU approval for that deal. They spent less in that deal, 505 million this tranche. And if you want to put in the other 250, we'll even give them that. They spent less than what they spent. 725 million on account for inflation than what they spent saving RTE. That fucking cesspit government mouthpiece. They think more about a fucking television station and a radio station than they do about you, all of us. That's what they think. That's more important. The IRHA went in there and the IFA and they did a deal for the biggest lads in the IRHA and the IFA. They didn't do it for the small farmer, the small agricultural contractor, the local rural business person, all of you urban and rural putting petrol and diesel into your cars, the carers taking care of the elderly, the pensioners on fixed income, the people that are fucking running to stand still, and now the weakest are falling by the side, as we saw with that poor man, and I've had a report of a second one, so it's now doubled. Folks, a couple of businesses by me are now pulling up shutters. What we saw in 2008 when our youth left this country to go to Australia, to New Zealand and to Canada, where girls as nurses and teachers went to Dubai, when our men went mining out Queensland, when they went to Canada logging, when they were working in factories abroad and we knew they never came home. We had country wakes every week in North Cork. We're going to see the same up to the end of this year, where our youth is going to empty. In North Cork, we are literally lacking 80% of our 30 to 45-year-olds. They're gone. What are left, that 20%, we're going to see half of them go. We're not fools. We've seen this before. We're realists. And that deal that was done behind interest, the IRHA and the IFA never stood up for the representatives put forward by the truckers and the rest of the lads on the front fucking line. They never spoke up for them. They closed the door for Micheál Martin. And they came out with a deal that was absolutely useless. In this country, we gave 125 million to Ukraine in the last while. We're told there's no money for mental health services. Helen McEntee fucked off to Ukraine with 40 million in her purse in her back pocket. Yet children strangled with scoliosis. 98% of the new bills last year, lads, of all the houses in this country were bought by industrial landlords. 2% when on the open market for your sons and daughters and nephews and nieces and brothers and sisters to fight over to buy, because the only other option is industrial fucking landlordism and the likes of Iries. And what do? They're owned and bought by fucking stockholders, and they export the profits abroad. Circle K, who came down with a fucking truck to Whitegate. Who owns Circle K? Circle K is owned by a Canadian teachers' pension fund. When you fill up at Circle K, you send the profit straight off to Canada. Are you aware of that? And Micheál Martin is glad to do business with these people. He fucking berated Lowry like a maniac while he was in opposition. But now Lowry's his good friend. And we saw how good a friend he was this week when he turned around and marshalled the troops. We had the two fucking rats from Kerry that I know personally jump fucking ship before they were pushed in the next election. What we need to do, every fucking parish, every county, every province, we need to play their games against them. On the evening after the deal, every TD came out, Fianna Fáil, Fianna Gael, Fianna Fáil, Fianna Gael, support the deal, we're wonderful, we're brilliant. That's what we got. Carefully curated Instagram and Facebook posts from them. And they're telling us that they're representing us. They're representing you by taking off their boot and putting a slipper on to put it down on your fucking neck, is what they're doing. That's what they're doing. They are emptying rural Ireland. They are making urban Ireland impossible to live in, where you can't find a house. When you do find a house, you can't afford to furnish it or buy food for your own bloody children. They are making it so impossible that they are driving us back to the days of Prince John in England. And I can tell you this much, folks, what we need is a few Robin Hoods. That's what we need. And every single one of you is a Robin Hood. Every single one of you, by saying nothing, lets them win. It only takes a few good men to say nothing for evil to succeed. Every single one of you will talk to 4 people today. You will tell those 4 people to talk to 4 people. All of you lads down there in front of me, you will all do this live and put this fucking out. And you will take this message to every bloody corner continent of this world. We spent 800 years fighting. We got off one knee last weekend in Whitegate, and that was just us. All of you can get off a knee as well. All of you can come forward, stand up, make right in this country. Have it so that we have a system, like Chris was saying, where the money that's paid, there is accountability. Where even, for example, that we have recall for our TDs. If he proves to be a cunt that we've elected, then we'll pull him back and fuck him out. There we go. There we go. Very easy. Accountability. And we'll do it with councillors. And we'll do it with the fucking lot. We'll do fundamental fucking change, root branch, every part of review of it. Because I can tell you this much. There is money pouring out of that place like what's pouring down the Liffey in water. It is going to every section except where it's supposed to go. I'm waiting for respite for our son for 9 months now. I'm taking it to the High Court. We've had 1 night off in 9 years for a wedding. I'm glad I made that wedding because we lost a friend shortly thereafter. I sat down with a friend of mine. He works with the UN, but he's one of our own. Dr. Damien McSweeney. He's watching this out from Bulgaria. And lads, we sat down over a bottle of poutine in North Cork one night, and we counted 41 people in this country that we knew that had committed suicide. And it is going to get worse. People are running to stand still. I'm urging you, I'm urging everyone that's seeing this, stand up, come forward, be there, fight! Because without it, we might as well fucking roll over it. Thank you for listening to me. It has been one of the most proudest moments of my life.